Good morning, Lamar High School. I'm Jonathan Dainty.
I'm Dylan Mize.
I'm Landon Harrison.
Today we got a special guest,
Eli Smith.
and you are listening to the Tribe Talk podcast. Today it is November 5th. Today is senior night. We do play here against Mina. Big game, Landon. What's your thoughts going into it as a senior?
Oh, we got to win this one. We'll get a home playoff game, and if we lose tonight, this will be my last game in Lamar on this field, and I don't want it to be my last one here. It's a great time playing on this field. The crowd's really good. The fireworks going off.
The atmosphere
The atmosphere is just great.
And, we just have – it's just everybody here is just one big family. Like, people out of Lamar is going to watch us because when you think of Lamar, really, first that comes to your mind is the football team. And we've always been like, everybody says we're always that so close team, but this year I really think it can be that championship-worthy team.
Yeah, I want to give credit to Coach Jones. He's kept the football program going really well here in Lamar for the last few years.
Taught us all to be just one big family,
Yes.
just how to come together in certain moments. Eli, as a part of the band and you being the special guest, what are you thinking going in this game?
I think that we will win.
Me too. It could be a really big game, and a home playoff game. Really, it's just huge in every scenario. We haven't had one in a couple of years, and
The last time I had a home playoff game, I was a sophomore 2 years ago.
I've never played in a playoff game, or I've never played in a home playoff game, and I'm excited. I just want to see what the atmosphere feels like, and I feel like it'll be a huge difference stepping up from regular season to the playoffs.
It is. More people will show up. They know what's on the line. If you lose, you go home and you start all over next year. But for me, if I lose this game or in the playoffs, if I lose in the playoffs, it's my last game ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, student section really helps y'all in the atmosphere.
Student section just lifts the atmosphere up for Lamar just so much. And it's really like that for most sports. It's just the students here just come together and they just go crazy.
I really got another question for Landon, aka QB1. What are your emotions being a senior?
It's hard. I mean, I get a little upset thinking about the end of my season. It's close. I have one more regular season game as a senior, and then after that, the next time I lose, I'm done. So it pushes me to try to win the rest of the games.
One thing really people don't talk about is the cheerleaders. They're always just getting the families and student section always hype saying what they're saying. I mean, it might sound weird with how I just said that, but it really is. They're getting everybody on their feet. But yeah, I mean, that's really all there is today. Huge game for us today. Just the atmosphere should be crazy today. It's just a very exciting game. And
I know another thing. Coach allows all the seniors to paint their number around the 50-yard line, and he'll get us all to take a picture with us. That's going to be a good
something to
moment right
remember
there.
for a long
I'm
time.
going to remember that for the rest of my life. Coach has been so good to us the last few years.
Just taught everybody to be one big family and just how to come together in certain moments. And as a football player, it can be hard to come together as a family.
I know.
If you're losing, you're just like, you just want to get mad at everybody. But Coach has taught us just come together and just play Lamar football. But that is all we have.
I know. Wait, one more thing.
My bad. That's my bad.
Coach can be funny sometimes, but whenever
Yeah.
he's not joking around, he's a very nice guy. He treats us like his own kids. He brings
Yes.
us in. If somebody doesn't have a parent to welcome on senior night, he steps in and walks the kid, makes them feel loved and welcomed here at Lamar.
All coaches deserve a huge shout out for this Lamar team and the way our season's been going. But that's all we have. Like I said, I'm Jonathan Dainty,
I'm Dylan Mize.
I'm Landon Harrison.
I'm Eli Smith.
and thank you for listening to the Tribe Talk. Fully off. Sorry that we didn't put this in earlier, but we have Bryce Grace, also a senior. Dylan, you said you had a question?
Well, Bryce Grace, Mr. Pancake, how do you feel emotion-wise about tonight?
Keeping
It's a very sad night if we don't win, but I feel like we got a very, very good chance. And just like Landon said earlier, if this is our last home game of an actual season, and I'd really love another one in the playoffs, even if it's just one. And if we do get a chance to win, we get to play Gentry again, and we're gonna do what we should have done the first time.
Yeah.
one big question I wanted to ask you. I thought you were going to be out for the season with your injury. Was it against Waldron or Dover?
It was
Homecoming night?
Waldron. It was
Waldron.
It was
How's
homecoming.
that?
I partially tore my MCL. Since it's a partial, they said it's only like a 2 to 4 week injury.
Mhm.
I mean, and today's 4 weeks, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna try my best. Like it doesn't hurt at
Yeah.
all. It just hurts like
Certain steps you take, or
not really like actually playing the game. It does not hurt at all. Like pushing everybody, blocking everything.
Yeah,
it's
it's
just like
that
after when
adrenaline.
we're standing
Yeah.
when we're standing there in the huddle or whatever. It
Yeah.
hurts.
I get that. You know, keeping Aunt Jemima in business with all those
Aunt
pancakes,
Jemima.
pouring those syrups. But yeah, I'm sorry for the interruption. We just had to get my boy Bryce on here, and thank you for listening to the Truck Talk podcast. All right. Today is Monday, November 8th. Last Friday, Lamar beat Mina 21-9.
Yes.
Big win. We get a home playoff game this week. We get a rematch against Gentry. But mainly we're focusing on just the game itself. We went into half. We were losing 6-0, I believe.
Yes.
But just like we were talking about last week, just being able to come back as a family and just come back and, you know, play like how we should.
Nobody got down in the locker room.
Yeah.
We all stayed up.
We all stayed together. We all picked each other up. I mean, we all did. We all had, what's the word? We all messed up in some places, but second half we came
We came
back
back
together
stronger.
and we played what we're supposed to do.
Quick question. So, y'all played Gentry last time, and y'all didn't get what y'all wanted, obviously.
2 years in
So,
a row.
redemption, what do y'all have to do to pull out the dub?
Well, it's hard to beat a good time or a good team 3 times in a row, which we lost to them last year.
We don't really have to change much from last time.
I think we are the better team.
At the
going into this
beginning of the
game.
year, we were still trying to figure some things out, moving guys around, but we found what we like now, and I think we're just
We had a lot of
better
quarantine.
overall.
Jet was out.
I was playing defense, which I don't ever do.
I'm pretty sure Lee was. I think Lee might have been out that game, or was it the
Yeah.
Bombers?
I think
can't
they were out
remember.
at the same time.
I just think that now that y'all are so far into the season, that now y'all are in the playoffs, I feel like overall y'all are more comfortable playing. So I think that playing this team again, I think y'all do 3 times better than y'all did the first time.
I do too. I really hope that, this is definitely a big game. First time Lamar and 4A has had a home playoff game. We came conference runner-ups. It's not as good as conference champs, but
I mean,
Yeah.
even if you think about it, like 4A conference y'all's conference is
It's
tough.
tough.
yeah.
And for y'all to make it to the playoffs, that's a big achievement.
We had a lot of people doubt us.
I heard a lot of
Year.
people
Oh, yeah.
saying they didn't think we'd win but a couple games this year, and we went out there and put up an 8-2 record and got second in conference.
I mean, everybody doubts Lamar
Yeah.
in every sport. Don't get it wrong.
Yeah, everybody's like,
Everybody doubts Lamar.
they're always like, oh, they're going to be that
But
team
in
that's
the
almost
end,
there, but never
in the
win
end,
ball.
they don't know what we got until we're there.
Yeah.
Like no one thought
Another
y'all would probably
thing-
make the playoffs, but look where you are now.
Another thing I'm proud of, my grandpa told me that he heard people in the bleachers saying that when they watch our games, they can tell everybody's trying their hardest and nobody's down. We're all glad to be there, playing our hearts out every game that they've watched this year.
Big shout out to Jet, winning Player of the Week. Played very good on defense against the pass. He just played all around on defense.
He was flying to the
good.
ball, defending all the passes, making a bunch of tackles in the run game as well.
Yeah, it was just a big key of that win. Our defense played very well. I mean, I think that's probably the best our defense
That's
has
the best
played
our
all year.
defense has looked this year.
If we play like we play like that every week, we have a serious chance of just making a deep run in the playoffs. And we get our offense figured out. Our defense plays like they did last week.
If y'all run the ball really well, y'all.
It's
I
gonna
know
be-
we
it's gonna be
covered
hard
the
to
pass
stop.
really well, and the D line got a lot of pressure on the quarterback, making bad throws and some sacks.
Damian had
And then
2 sacks,
that would-
6 tackles for loss.
That would open the run game up for Mina, and then the D line would just eat the running back up at the line of scrimmage every time.
Yep. It's just a very big win. Play Gentry this week. Hopefully we get
I know in the first half when the offense wasn't clicking, the defense kept us in the game.
We don't want to talk too much about Gentry. That will be for the next podcast coming out soon.
Well, just another reminder. Senior night was that night against Mina, and y'all got the dub. That was really good. But Landon, what went through your head after the ceremony? That's what I want to know.
I was just ready to get out there and play football. I didn't really like the standing around too much. I mean, it was nice to get recognized, but I was just ready to get in the locker room with my guys and get ready for the big game ahead of us.
Did it feel different playing your last regular season game as a Warrior?
It did. It was a little emotional. I mean, going out there and seeing all the people that support us in the bleachers every week and everybody cheering for us, it was a little hard, but it's one of those things that happens. You just have to go with it.
I mean, Couldn't have said it better myself, But it's just the momentum with everything. Student section was going off, the band was going off. It was just everybody had that momentum, and it just stayed up. We were all on our feet, Even though we were going outside with that smoke stuff, we couldn't breathe for a good 10, 20 minutes. That was pretty bad. But, hopefully we win this week.
And
Unless if there's an upset, it'll be our last home game this week.
a big shout out to USA Fireworks for allowing us to run out with fireworks shooting off. It's just great. It's awesome.
But I'm Jonathan Dancy.
I'm Dylan Mons.
Landon Harrison.
Thank you for listening to the Tribe Talk Podcast. Oh, good.
That was probably loud. I can take it. Flashbang.
Excited.
It's just still morning.